approach to energy resources.
Question number 7, Denis O'Rourke.
This question is for the Minister of Immigration. Is the government planning to reduce the numbers in the Immigration New Zealand parent category?
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
No. There is a cap of around 5,000 places per year for the parent category, which is about the same as it was under the New Zealand First Labour government. To ensure the best return for New Zealand from this policy...
Point of order. Right Honourable Winston Peters.
I know this member's been here about 5 minutes, but there was no such thing as the New Zealand First Labour government.
I can't even hear the point.
I know this member has been in this House for about 5 minutes, but there never was a New Zealand First Labour government. And you know that.
And that's not a point of order. The member can continue his answer.
To ensure the best return for New Zealand from this policy, last year we made changes to give priority to migrants who can make a real contribution to New Zealand, which we expect to lead to significant savings for the taxpayer and contribute to the government's business growth agenda.
Supplementary question, Denis O'Rourke.
In the 2011-2012 immigration statistics, why were parent category immigrants from China more than 120% of Chinese skilled immigrants when every other country did not exceed 24% of parents to skilled immigrants?
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Mr Speaker, this government is colour-blind and not designed to favour any nationality over another. We're interested in how these people can contribute to New Zealand, not where
Point of order.
To be from.
Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr Speaker, the question is very exact. It asks for an explanation.
And the member is attempting to answer it. Now, would the member please allow the question to be answered so that I can listen to the quality of the answer?
Well, I hope you're looking out for an answer on the percentages. That's what we're interested in.
Then we'll hear the answer from the Minister.
Mr Speaker, everybody who came in under those categories qualified to do so.
So, the supplementary? Point of order. Right Honourable Winston Peters.
His defence in the answer. Which part of that reply was the answer to the question that was asked?
Come on. Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Mr Speaker, the question asked about why a particular percentage of a group got through the gate. The answer was because they qualified. Now, you can't get a better answer than that.
Does the member have further supplementaries? Yes, Denis O'Rourke.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, Denis O'Rourke.
I seek leave to table 2 graphs prepared by the Parliamentary Library. One showing the proportion of parent category immigrants against skilled immigrants for 2011-12 for the main immigrant countries, and the other the strong upward trend in parent category immigration from China to 2011-12.
Leave is sought to table those 2 graphs. If there are any objection to that. There appears to be none. They may be tabled. Supplementary question, Denis O'Rourke.
Is it fair that one country gets a disproportionate share of the parent category?
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Mr Speaker, I repeat the answer to the previous question. This government has policies that those people who came in under the parent category qualified for, but I do note that the centre of gravity provisions that were supported by the previous government, with whom the New Zealand First Party had a confidence in supply agreement.
Point of order. Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr Speaker, you know it's going to lead to disorder if this member tries to strangle the conversation by deviating off the path to another administration and then misdescribing that administration as well.
The Minister is...
Why doesn't he just answer the question?
The member...
It's your priority.
The member will resume his seat. The Minister is attempting to answer the question. If there is any more further interruption, we will simply move to the next question. Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order, Trevor Mallard.
Mr Speaker, can I invite you to consider that ruling? All that is an invitation for the Minister to avoid answering the question again. All he has to do if he doesn't like a question, Mr Speaker, is to be offensive again.
Order. I've heard quite enough from the member. I listened to the question. I thought the Minister was attempting to give a genuine answer. It was interrupted by a point of order. I want to hear that answer completed, and then we can judge it whether the question has been adequately addressed. Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Mr Speaker, everybody who has come in under the parent category criteria that currently exists did so because they met that criteria. But I note that previous...
Right, Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr Speaker, the questioner asked, was or is it fair? That's the question, and
well,
deviating from the answer won't do.
I don't recall that being the question at all. I think the easiest way, and we're going to move forward, I'll give the member a chance to re-ask the question. I then want the Minister to answer it without interruption from any other member of the House.
The question was, is it fair that one country gets a disproportionate share of the parent category?
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Mr Speaker, this is not about one country over another. This is about skilled migrants and their parents who can make a meaningful economic contribution to this country being accepted under the categories that exist. But in respect of China, which the member has asked, I note that the previous criteria put in place by the previous government had centre of gravity provisions that would have favoured Chinese parents over other countries. That has been changed.
Supplementary question, Brendan Horan.
Thank you, sir. Is the Minister concerned that in countries with a one-child-per-family policy, such as China, a greater proportion of grandparents from that country migrate to New Zealand?
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
I may be concerned if the centre of gravity provisions that applied under the previous government were still in place, but in fact they have been changed.
Further supplementary question, Denis O'Rourke.
Within the parent category, is it true that parents from every other country are disadvantaged because parents from China fill up more than half of the category?
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
No.
Is this a further supplementary?
It is.
Supplementary question, Denis O'Rourke.
Can the Minister give an assurance that the proportion of parent category immigrants from any country will not exceed the numbers of skilled immigrants from that country in the future?
Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Well, I could give the member an assurance that the cap that is in place for the parent category is very unlikely to be exceeded in the foreseeable future, and that everybody who comes in under that category will do so because they meet the criteria.
Point of order.
I still don't know whether the Minister will give an assurance or not.
The Minister very adequately addressed the question that was put. Is there a further?
Speaker? The question I would like to point out...
Order. The member will resume his seat. I listened to the question. I believe the Minister very adequately addressed it. It may not be to the member's satisfaction. He can try further supplementaries if he wants. Further supplementary? Then we move to... Order. Further supplementary question? Yes. Right, Honourable Winston Peters.
Can I ask the Minister, what does he find so difficult about answering simple questions as to fairness and as to percentages?
Order. Now, that's not a question that's in order, because that's questioning whether the Minister has addressed the question. Oh, I'm telling you at this stage, that question is not in order. Now, Order. Member resume his seat. I will give the member one more chance to ask a supplementary that is in order. All right. Somebody. Yes?
I fail to see how Mr Peters' question can be out of order. It was a perfectly reasonable question.
No, I ruled Honourable Jerry Brownlee.
Well, it may be helpful, Mr Speaker, that questions that are put to ministers cannot contain ironic expressions. It started with one.
That's right. Anyway, right, Honourable Winston Peters, if we wish to ask a supplementary, I've given him one opportunity.
All right, I'll make it simple for a menu. The question is, has the Minister been provisioned by his department officials sufficient so that he can come to this House and answer questions as to fairness and percentages with accuracy, yes or no?
Right, the Honourable Michael Woodhouse.
Mr Speaker, the member's question presumes that percentages are a driver of fairness. I don't accept that. Fairness is about the meeting of the criteria for the parent category, and I'm satisfied that all people who have come in under that category have been treated fairly and qualified.
Question number 8. Phil Tryford.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Housing. Does he stand